Two Fano commanders are in trouble. Are they going to surrender to the Ethiopian National Defense Force? Are their lives in danger? We have details for you in this video. Secondly, a secret meeting is ongoing in Addis Ababa today. No announcement has been made about this secret meeting. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for watching. Good to be with you. Firstly, a secret meeting in Addis Ababa between Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy and the President of Somalia, Hassan Sheikh. Hassan Sheikh is visiting Addis Ababa secretly. No official announcement has been made. What is the agenda of this visit? Somalia and Ethiopia have several issues, not just one. But the visit is about two issues reportedly. Firstly, Somaliland President Abdirahman Ero is planning to visit Ethiopia. Somaliland, signed memorandum of understanding with Ethiopian government last year to give sea access to Ethiopia in return for recognition of Somaliland as a country. And former president of Somaliland, Muhabaw Abdi, signed that MOU with Ethiopian PM Abiy. But in November last year, Abdirahman Ero won election and he was sworn in as the president of Somaliland. Abdirahman Ero has not been interested or eager to implement the MOU which raised tensions between Ethiopia and Somalia. Abdirahman Ero was hoping that the issue of recognition perhaps will be raised by his government and maybe US will recognize Somaliland as a country. Somaliland for years has been struggling to gain recognition. But despite statements by some Republican leaders, no recognition of Somaliland as a country by the US. Is Abdirahman Ero going to visit Ethiopia to reactivate MOU with Ethiopia? Why? Because Somaliland is being cornered by Somalia. A part of Somaliland has joined Somalia, and now Somalia is backing groups in another region. The Somaliland knows that it could be gradually swallowed by Somalia. And according to international law, Somaliland is part of Somalia. It has no recognition as a country. So Abdirahman Ero's upcoming visit of Addis Ababa could be crucial. Maybe the two sides could discuss the reactivation of the MOU signed last year. Hassan Sheikh wants to stop this visit firstly. It does not want any thing related to MOU to appear again. Secondly, Somalia's president is at odds with two regional states of Somalia, Jubaland and Puntland. Jubaland is led by Ahmed Islam Madobe, who got himself elected as the president of the regional state through indirect election held a few months ago, opposed by the federal government of President Hassan Sheikh. Ethiopia backs Madobe government in Jubaland. Ethiopian forces are deployed to Gaidu and other parts of Jubaland. Hassan Sheikh, the president, visited Kismayo, Jubaland, a few days ago, but meetings were held, but Hassan Sheikh and Madobe could not solve their problems. And now Hassan Sheikh government is planning to introduce some changes, administrative changes in Jubaland. Hassan Sheikh government reportedly wants to detach Gaidu zone of Jubaland from the main state of Jubaland. Gaidu has Gaidu is very strategic. It has Ethiopian military presence. So before making big decisions about Jubaland, Hassan Sheikh wants to take Ethiopia on board. Ethiopia backs Madobe. So what will Ethiopia do? Will it mediate between Madobe and Hassan Sheikh? Will it take sides and support and continue supporting Madobe? Let's see. It's a key meeting, by the way. The meeting could lead to improvement in Somalia Ethiopia relations, or this meeting could lead to the start of another wave of escalation between Ethiopia and Somalia. Secondly, was two Fano commanders are in trouble. They could be in danger. Are they going to surrender to the Ethiopian National Defense Force? Will there be more infighting in Fano? Which commanders am I talking about? Firstly, Dereje Belay, Gondar Fano commander, is in trouble. His deputy has defected. Tishome is the name of the deputy of Dereje Belay. Dereje Belay is the commander of Amhara Fano People's Organization, AFPO, the Fano group led by Skandar Naga. Dereje Belay, during recent operation by Wallo Fano, launched an attack on Amhara Fano National Force in Gondar. AFNF, if you remember, issued a statement condemning attacks by AFPO on AFNF people. So at the height of Fano's gains in Wollo, Dereje Belay attacked AFNF in Gondar. That is why one of his deputy has defected him. He's in talks with AFNF to join AFNF. He's going to surrender to ENDF, or he could join Amhara Fano National Force. Masafind in the past protected Dereje Belay, but Masafind is also now withdrawing his support for Dereje Belay. AFNF, Hapte Volde, others, they're planning to now remove Hapte Volde group totally from Gondar. Maybe that is why we're seeing this limited pause in the operation launched by Wollo Fano. They want to clear Shoa and Gondar. So we could see AFNF attack Dereje Belay in coming days. He's in danger. What will he do? Will he join AFNF? Will he die fighting? Will he flee to Shoa, which is the stronghold of AFPO? That remains to be seen. But you know that another Fano commander surrendered a few months ago, Solomon Etenau, one of the well-known Gondar Fano commanders, surrendered to the Ethiopian National Defense Force. And he surrendered because of internal fighting in Fano. Let's see what happens. Dereje Belay is in danger. You could soon hear about escalation in Gondar between AFPO and AFNF. Two Fano commanders have been trying to mediate between AFPO and AFNF. Zenabaw of Gujum and Maketau of Shoa, but they have not been able to make the parties reach a deal. That is why I'm saying Dereje Belay is in danger. Secondly, Colonel Fantahun is in danger. During Wollo Fano's operation, Colonel Fantahun opposed the operation. He tried to instigate a conflict by raising the issue of deaths of Muslims in Mecca and Islam. Fano controlled the damage, talked to Muslims, and large-scale escalation between Muslims and Fano was prevented. But Colonel Fantahun's role was negative. Colonel Fantahun has already been kicked out of Wollo. His group was based in Wollo. He and Marivodajo were two main Fano commanders, but AFNF, Marivodajo joined AFNF, and after that, Fantahun was kicked out of Shoa. Fantahun is part of Fantahun was kicked out of Wollo. Fantahun is part of AFP, or Muhabaw People's Organization. He fled to Shoa, but he has not been able to organize his group in Shoa. In Shoa, Meketao operating, Skandarnaga operating, so there is limited space there for Colonel. So Colonel is considering reorganizing his group in Wollo. That could pit the Colonel against Amhara Fano National Force. He is in danger, I believe. These two Fano commanders, Colonel Fantahun and Dereje Belay, could come under attacks, or they could surrender, just like a Fano commander in Shoa surrendered a few months ago, Assagid Mekonnen. Assagid Mekonnen was not able to survive in Shoa because of attacks by other Fano groups. It was due to internal fighting in Fano that Assagid Mekonnen had to surrender to Ethiopian National Defense Force. Let's see what Dereje Belay and Colonel Fantahun will do in coming days. Thanks for watching.